Okay, girly, I want you to imagine something. You join this very new job. It's overwhelming. It's difficult. You don't know anybody. And then you meet this new girl. She's bubbly. She's warm. She's effortlessly cool. And she's very kind to you. She comes over at your desk. She says hello. And you're very excited that you found your person here at this new job. She tells you all about her life, and then all of a sudden she's like, "Girl, I made the best brownies in town. I'm such a feeder. I'm gonna make them for you tomorrow and bring them over." You're like, free snack and a new best friend, peak rom-com energy, right? You're absolutely thrilled. But next day, you're waiting for those brownies, and they never arrive. You're like, okay, she'll bring them later. Maybe she forgot. The very next day, no more brownies. And you're like, girl, see you over to her. I remind her, like, excuse me, you were gonna bid me brownies. What happened to them? And then she's like, babe, I'm so sorry. I absolutely forgot. I've been so busy. I promise you tomorrow. And that tomorrow becomes almost another month, and you haven't seen your brownies. You've kind of given up on the idea of us brownies, and we kind of disappointed as well. But then one day, she brings over a box of Tupperware, and she be like, "Girl, I finally got the time. Here are your brownies. You know, go nuts." You open the Tupperware box, look at them. They kind of look too brown, and you're like, "No, she did the effort. I'm gonna eat that." You pick a piece, put it in your mouth, get burnt. You're like, okay, maybe this just piece got burnt. I'm gonna try it. You dig in again, you pick another piece, and that one's burnt too. You give this girl a very confused look. You're like, girl, what? And then she's like, babe, I'm so sorry. I was in such a hurry. I forgot to take care of the oven timer, and they got a big bird. I hope you like them. And next time, promise, I'm gonna make them really awesome. But in your heart, you know that there is nukes. Something inside your head just curses. Not because you're angry, not because you dislike her. You just design. You don't think she's a bad person. You don't even think that she lied to you. You just cannot rely on her. And that is all it takes to stop feeling safe around any. Now, let me ask you this. What if you are that girl to yourself? You stand in front of the mirror every day and you tell yourself, I'm strong, I'm confident, I've got self worth, I don't need anybody's validation, and I'm that girl. And you believe it. You really want to believe it. You wrote this in your journal, you created a board of pictures board for yourself, you recorded a voice note to your future self saying, this one is my era. I'm winning. And the next morning, your alarm rings at 6 a.m. and you read snooze. Promise yourself last night that you were going to be that girl. We're gonna wake up early and you were gonna move your body. Promise yourself last night that I'm going to change. That this is going to be better for now. Yet, you stay in your bed for 45 minutes and scroll through Instagram or TikTok, and when you get out of that bed, drag yourself to the kitchen, make a half-hearted breakfast, or eat leftover pizza. Skip your water appointments because whatever, I'll try again tomorrow. And you go to work. At night, you come back home, you stand in front of that very mirror, and you say to yourself, I'm powerful, I'm confident, I love myself, and I'm not like every other girl, I am the But your nervous system is standing right there in the background looking at you and saying, girl, no you're not, babe. And here's the science of it, baby. Your self-esteem is not just a thought. It's not something you write inside your journal or shout in the mirror. It's a proper biochemical relationship between your brain and your body. Every time you tell yourself that you're going to do something and then you don't, your brain registers a broken contract. Your stress hormone rises and your reward pathway is blocked. The logical brain that helped you set that intention and plan that gets overridden by emotional part of the brain. It goes, she says nice things, but let's not get her by it because she never follows through. It's like your nervous system becomes the HR department of your body and put a note in your file saying does not follow through. And that is why whenever we do get dressed up and do wake up early, morning, and then feel good and look odd, there is still an under doubt. Not because you're not absolutely amazing, but because your actions do not match your words. Your affirmations are not followed through. And that is what the self-esteem will self-love myth does not tell you. Body is not trying to gaslight you, Mrs. Dear. It's just honest. It just cannot be tricked by a predication or a vision board. It requires consistency. Your body learns to build self-esteem just like a child or a toddler learns to trust their parent. You can tell them a million times that they're safe, but they'll not believe it until you show them over and over again that I'm here, I'm protecting you, I'm kind, I'm soft, I'm available, and I will do what I said. So let's pause here and zoom in, love, because this is where most people get stuck. But we don't have to. Most people are trying to build self-esteem, but what they're actually lacking is self-trust. So what is the difference? Self-esteem is how you see yourself. It's the story and mirror moment, the vibe. It's how you feel about yourself when you look good, when things go right, when you are brilliant. But self-trust, that's how you show up for yourself when no one's watching. It's built in the quiet, not the spotlight. It's not about believing you're the baddest. It's about knowing, proving that you have got your own back. Here's the thing, girlie. We can have a very high self-esteem but low self-trust. You can believe that you're special and talented and beautiful, but still not feel sick with yourself. You can keep boasting yourself. You tell yourself that I'm gonna go for a walk, and then you don't. You tell yourself no more situationships, and yet you keep swiping. You tell yourself that I'm gonna rest, but you keep scrolling. You tell yourself that I would change tomorrow, then you don't. And now I'm not gonna drag this for too long. You and I both know that we need self-trust and the ability to show up for ourselves. So let's talk about what and how building self-trust looks like. Let me tell you this, love. It's much softer than you think, and it's much slower than our ego works. It's not about pushing harder. It is about becoming someone safe to follow, someone your inner child or your younger self could run to. Let's start very tiny, not because we're weak, but because our nervous system is kind of tired of the drama. So let's make one micro promise today. I will light a candle before I open my laptop, or I'll drink a glass of water before I answer one of my texts or emails, or I'd brush my teeth or massage my scalp before I start my day. And then do it. Not for the Instagram aesthetic, not for the sake of a perfect morning tea, but because every time you follow through with even littlest of promise, you're telling your inner child, your nervous system, that I won't abandon you again. And every time you follow through with small comics, you're sending a tiny little dopamine curse to your reward system. And when that happens, the emotional cortical brain stops lighting up, it calms down. And it becomes easier for the logical brain to light up and start functioning. And that, my love, is where transformations in real success happens. You're going to start feeling more motivated and grounded and consistent, and it's going to become easier and easier to follow through with what you decide. Okay, love, let's do a little exercise. All of us, okay? We're going to choose one micro commitment, as micro as it can get, and we're going to follow through on it. Just make one promise to yourself. Sit here, I'm pausing for you. Just make one micro commitment to yourself. Hurry. I'm not gonna pause because it's gonna get very long. You can pause the video and decide. But now that you've decided it, so evoke you have, tell it to people. You can tell it to your friends, or tell it here down in the comments. Let's fill the whole moment here. Or you can send it to me on Instagram if you don't feel like saying it here. I've only reactivated my Instagram for your sake because I love you that much. And just tell me, write this sentence. I've decided to dash, and I'm going to follow it for dash amount of days. But let's say I'm making a commitment to myself that I'm gonna make a matcha smoothie every day, and I'm gonna drink it for an entire week. It does not have to be perfect, just something your body can believe in. And I'll be here cheering you on because I'm a big sister and I believe in you more than you think I do. And this is where transformation is going to cut it. Not in the video, not in the vision board, but here. The subtle signs you're going to give your nervous system that you are going to act with integrity. You're going to be the one who follows through. And here's the most beautiful part. When you start trusting yourself again, your body relaxes, your anxiety softens, your voice gets clearer, your hunger for external validation fades. You stop needing to prove your worth and start embodying. And that is the era we're stepping into, my love. The era of earned softness, the era of quiet confidence, the era of becoming the one that you're narcissistic sincerely. Not because you said all the right things, but because you call up through.